The Onidan was a performer of magic, the owner of magic, that in fact we're looking through African arts books, and there it was. I think one year the Onidan did one magical trick when I was Alagba. The Onidan came from somewhere off a rooftop and slid down the flagpole. And that became legend. Some people thought it was legend and purely that it never happened, but I can tell you that it did happen. Then secondly, with the festival and the festival time as it is, there are many egungun that are paraded. There are many chanters who are going to chant. There are many drummers who are going to drum. And a whole lot of people will see. And the tradition just goes on and on and on. And it's one thing that seems to even have taken on a second life among the Yoruba, because things that you see now that are in the 90s that you can plug in on the internet and see. There were not a lot of those things earlier. So its popularity seems to be going forward, zooming.
It is the ancestors whose shoulders we stand upon. It is the ancestors that lets us know what it is we need to do to live.
We are the Chief Alagba Olofunde Olaitan, the chief of the ancestral shrine, the Igbale, here at Oyotunji African Village. Ancestor veneration is what we see as the cornerstone of African culture. When we do that, we are celebrating our DNA, we're celebrating our family, we're celebrating the accomplishments of those that came before us. We are also lifting ourselves up. So anytime you are venerating your ancestors rather than another's, then you are celebrating the accomplishments of those that came before you. The ancestors sit to the left hand, the Orishas sit to the right hand. Why they are so important, and if you notice in African cultural society, the left hand is very significant. It is the hand of power in that regard in spiritual situations. So, of course, the ancestors sitting to the left of Edumare, they have the closest association or realization of those on earth, their children. Whereas we could see the ancestors as our personal angels. So the ancestors sitting to the left of Olodumare, then of course that's like you having a direct line to quote unquote God through the ancestors. So you use that agency. What was informed or told to us and shown us that is vital is that when before one makes Orisha, as an example, that it would be best to make that ancestral connection, to become a part of Egbe Gungun. Why that is because you are getting initiated into a priesthood, whether it's Shango or Batala or Shun or Ya, whatever it might be. You're doing that for personal reasons, and that is a cosmic force or cosmic energy. When we are initiated into Egbe Gungun, we become custodians and caretakers of the cultural traditions of our ancestors. Family values, how do we bring children into the world, birthing rites, naming ceremonies, how do we commit to our children that we will make sure they get a real and useful education, puberty rites of passage. All of these things come from the ancestral context.
Every day we are witnessing stronger numbers of souls joining the ancestral realms. The Oyotunji family this spring celebrated the homegoing of two who belong to the temple of Alegba, Gerenimbo Onibode Atiba and Eshulari Aba, known to us as our beloved Tawa.
However, it is a celebration when death comes, believe it or not.
Yakinya, yakinya, lodo.
Yakinya, yakinya, lodo. Yakinya.
Yeshuo, elegaraye, elegara, moforibale, elegaraye.
always wanting to help in any way that he could.
That's right.
When I first met T-Bug, he was by the name of Brother Wayaya. Everybody remember Brother Wayaya? Also, there are many communities that he worked in. He had, hands in on doing. Alasheti Oyotunji, African village, where Tiba came into the community. And his work helped the community to grow. His work, his energy, his character was always positive in helping communities grow.
Heaven is home. So we come to the world, this marketplace, and we look around and see some of those things that we want to buy. Integrity, respect.
Lafayette. As you know, my father practiced another religion with the Yoruba Oyotunji village in South Carolina as well. He also traveled to Africa, also to Europe, all around. So I have presented the Oyotunji village from Africa. They're here and they're going to do a ceremony for him because he was a high priest. He was a priest of Ifa, a high priest. He was able to go into churches and marry. He was able to go into prisons to help everyone. So I'm happy and proud to speak of my father because everybody knew I was just like my father. Always happy, always smiling, and always helping. So I'm returning the favor to my father as well as to everyone else.
And in our tradition, it says that when we are born into the world, we come into a marketplace. The world is rather a marketplace. We come to this world to buy things or to acquire things. And when we get ready to return home, heaven, it depends on what we bought in the market, in the world. And if you, in fact, bought the right things, and when your heart gets weighed against a feather, and it comes up in balance or lighter, then you will be able to join those venerated ancestors who sit at the foot of God in a lifetime to come.
We are hurting one another. We're disrespecting one another. Our young people are coming up under us as their parents, and we are not doing what we're supposed to do, and the world has gone
So
by.
to my brother, I'd like to say that I saw you on the bridge the other night as I was coming in. Hakeem, Bestwell, very energetic person. Any one of you who knows him knows this to be true. He loves everybody, and if he didn't care for a situation, he didn't have a problem with telling you.
And it speaks of avoiding the consequences of bad behavior. It speaks about that if a client has a big mouth, his big mouth will bring about losses.
Aikingo, Aikingo, Aikingo. Ekula, Ekula, Sorun. We salute this chief, we salute this priest, and we send him with blessings and greetings to his eternal rest. Ashe? 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 Ashe.
The Good Food movement continues in the groundswell here in Oyotunji as the Afine Farms works daily on growing our food. Here with the report is Ilari Obakoshiton.